Good evening! My name is Dr. Monty Martin, and welcome to The Fate of Drakenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. I am running our game tonight as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Callie McLaughlin playing Wilhelm von Kessel, the human swashbuckler rogue, and we're joined today by our good friends.
Jill Denitis playing Veosenia, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger Rogue.
And Joe Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the human battlemaster.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just turning in for the very first time, welcome. We are the Dungeon Dudes, and Kelly and I post new videos every other Tuesday and every Thursday on our YouTube channel, where we cover everything D&D, including advice for Dungeon Masters and guides for players. So check us out on YouTube.
You can also join us on Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube and check us out as an audio-only podcast as well.
And right now, we are in the midst of our Kickstarter campaign for Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim. We have a little over a week and a half left to bring this whole thing home, and we are really hoping to get our last couple of stretch goals hit. We have our next 3 stretch goals revealed at 800k, 900k, and the million, and we are so hoping to unlock these next ones so we can add more monsters to Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim, add some add-on adventures based on the Shadows of Drakenheim campaign, and bring the original Dungeons of Drakenheim to virtual tabletops as well. So Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim, if you're not familiar, is adding a whole bunch of new content compatible with 5th edition, expanding the world of Drakenheim and introducing new subclasses for 5e, as well as a brand new base class, the Apothecary, an occult doctor. How appropriate. That is an intelligence-based spellcaster with lots of strange and eldritch magic that harms and heals in equal measure. So you can check that out at Drakkenheim.com. We're live for just one more week, and there's a whole bunch of cool add-ons in addition to the book that you can check out. With that, though, shall we return to Drakenheim? Awesome.
Yeah.
Drakenheim is no more. The devastation which fell upon that accursed place left a kingdom in ruin. Now, horrors lurking in the haze grow ever more great and terrible, while simmering tensions between rival factions boil over into outright war. The power of monarchs, mages, and priests hangs in the balance. 6 unlikely heroes join forces to confront the coming chaos. They shall decide, once and for all, the fate of Drakenheim.
Welcome back to the Fate of Drakenheim. When last we left our heroes, they had returned from the hunt in the ruins of Drakenheim, only to be reminded of a great deal of political turmoil still facing the nation. As Wilhelm von Kessel met with Verona von Baden, daughter of one of the Dukes of Westermar, the city of Dransmund, to learn about the political upheavals and the discontent of the dukes and duchesses of Westermar. Yet the duel between our heroes and High Paladin Uriel Radley is not yet finished, and though our heroes have come back with a great quarry, the head of Big Linda, they are still not satisfied with their hunt and plan to continue the duel to hunt down another great beast to have as a sort of contingency should Uriel Radley bring back even greater quarry. Thus, to set the scene, having rested for 2 days to recover from their bout of contamination upon their last journey, you are now left with 2 days remaining in the challenge. And thus, you can set out today get 1 full rest if you need to upon return, but the challenge is over by midnight tomorrow. So that is when you must have returned with whatever trophies you are going to bring to present before High King Venus Joplin, who will be the final member of the jury to decide who has won the Caspian duel. You do not know what sort of prey or kill or trophies Uriel Radley and his crew have already brought in. During the 2 days that you spend resting in Camp Dawn, there is some word from the Rangers of the Hooded Lanterns, Veo, that you receive that they have made some progress, but the only word that you heard was that Uriel Radley and his compatriots ventured into the crater and returned.
Interesting. Cool.
And that they returned, and that today they have already headed back into Drakenheim with a large wagon.
Uh-oh.
How large of a wagon are we talking, Veo? Is it larger than our wagon? Is it the same size as our wagon? Because our wagon had a head that was pretty big in it.
They've got their party to drag the wagon, so I assume at least some of them are, at least a griffin probably is dragging it along. So, but if they're headed back to get their kill, it means they couldn't drag it out on their own.
Yeah. From the scouting reports that you have heard, whatever wagon that they are bringing in is being pulled by 4 oxen.
4 oxen? We only had 1 Pluto.
Yeah.
Do you
think they went after the
9
one?
oxen, so
Some
I'm not even worried.
Some of the lanterns speculate that they brought extra oxen in case some of them die. Because bringing beasts of burden into the ruins, many of the Hooded Lanterns can tell you that, like, if you bring animals like a horse or a mount or anything into the ruins of Drakenheim, especially on traveling on foot, it's usually a good idea to bring extras, because the attrition for such creatures is very high when you bring them into the ruins. But nevertheless, a large wagon pulled by oxen is a sign that they've got something very large.
Do you think they could have killed the worm?
It's possible. You two face the worm. Is the worm bigger than Big Linda?
From what I remember,
it was big. It was big. It was a big boy.
Pluto. Not much has stood in our way in Drakenheim, regardless of size, but we had to run away from that worm.
It was it's quite dangerous in the haze, and we may not have been as properly prepared, especially after looking at the thing in the middle.
Yeah,
my mind.
That was tough.
It was heavy.
Yeah, I heard, Pluto, you turned into a spider.
Yeah, it was too much. I can't even think about it because it puts me in a weird place. But the important thing is that we recognize that Uriel will not concede from the dragon. He's obviously done something equal or better, and if we're gonna have any chance of winning this, Big Linda is a medium prize. How can we top that? How can we, because this is going to come down to really it's going to come down to boasting. We need to, like, I mean, I'm already thinking of some of the theatrics. Like we jam a delirium into the back of Big Linda's head and play it like a puppet, make her like tongue move and stuff. That would help.
Unless she comes back to life for some reason.
But then that's just part of the act. Like we've had that actually happen on at least 7 different duels. It's quite common for the monster not to be dead, but to just be knocked out or badly injured. And there are times when an audience gathers, and there's some casualties.
The presentation has a score in this.
Yes, Polito, you do know that there had been Caspian duels where one of the terms of the duel was that the quarry needed to be brought back alive. This is in fact, one of the common things is in the Great Rex Colosseum, under the shadow of the Tower of Swords, there is usually a contest where Caspian knights will go out to bring back a live quarry to populate the menagerie of Rex Colosseum. And so it's often this is often a task that is done to present gifts to the High King. So it's not uncommon. It's just that in this specific case, the term of your duel is trophy. And so a trophy typically would be what was brought back of a corpse rather than something living. And I'll have to double check this. The specific wording in a Caspian duel matters, because if you say who brings back the largest trophy versus who brings back the greatest trophy, if it's the largest, then it's strictly a matter of size. But if it's the greatest trophy, then it is quite subjective, right? There have been Caspian duels where the greatest trophy was not the largest creature, recognizing the fact that sometimes the largest creature is not necessarily the most deadly one.
But even in that case, 100 Pigeon Larry still couldn't argue himself into a win.
Batted below the average on that one. And yeah.
Now we're going after the greatest trophy, right? That's our Caspian duel.
What did you say?
Using my expert remembering skills, I totally forget.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
No. We remember. No. Wilhelm remembers. I'm just going to say that.
Okay. And what does Wilhelm remember?
What does he remember, Monty?
I asked you the question, sir.
I'm pretty sure it was
Hold
the
on.
biggest.
There's got to be a
I had
rule.
a very different idea about what a Caspian duel was until this very moment.
I thought we implied most epic, but
Yeah,
I don't know if we actually said those words.
Oh no,
What
I
did we
definitely
say?
forget the exact wording. If we said greatest or largest, and where the room for interpretation lies.
Oh man.
But I do remember that the High King did say that it's going to come down to gastoning.
The Gasconade. Yes.
The Gasconade. Sorry, the Gasconade.
Yes. A Gasconade is can be requested by jury members in the event of a Caspian duel. And a Gasconade is a session where the trophies or the catches of the duelists are presented before the jury, and the hunters must brag in ostentatious fashion to impress the so it's not only what did you bring back, but can you talk it up?
Pluto, I'm thinking, how many times did we have to kill Big Linda before we actually really killed Big Linda?
At least
Because that count is so many,
I mean, it's gonna help, and that's why I'm thinking like we can use we jam delirium in her and get her moving around again, to show how deadly of a of a creature. She's not just something that dies and you can just bring out on a wagon. You gotta lure her. You gotta murder her twice.
Twice. We did more than twice.
Meanwhile, there were assassination attempts and many people trying to murder us along the way, which has to account for something in the grand scheme of being able to slay a monster. Well, part of your party is attempted to be murdered.
But we don't have the trophies from that, right?
Well,
we had to bring back a trophy if we wanted to count it in the list.
No, this is just in the bragging, not in the trophies.
Just for the bragging.
I was hoping to collect trophies from our assassins, but they exploded, which was a problem. Now, Monty, can I make a history check to remember?
Sure. The only reason why I'm being evasive, to be perfectly honest, is I don't remember. So I'm gonna have to check.
We're all at the whim of the recorded session.
Well, I got a 17 on my history check, and I say it's the greatest trophy.
Okay. We're gonna
history check. Lets you watch the YouTube video later.
We're gonna roll with greatest trophy. So I employ the greatest and oldest deep magic a dungeon master can muster. That is the ancient art, the magic of ret conjuration.
Yeah.
Using ret conjuration, it is now the greatest trophy, which means that we can collect multiple trophies and use that to brag our point.
Okay.
There.
Okay. If it was the largest, we'll see what that.
We might be both. It could be.
I mean, who knows? They might not have got the big worm. They might have just found a small worm, a baby worm.
Let's say it was the greatest and largest. The largest and greatest. Maybe it's both. It's got to be big. It has to be big and amazing.
Which is why 100 Pigeons Larry failed again.
Maybe they're smarter about their wagon choices. We don't know. They might have just got an oversized wagon. They maybe only had one wagon that they could have brought, and they could have got a big wagon for a small trophy.
But they got some. But it's clear that they're bringing back something big.
Well, I have some thoughts, friends. Thought number one is if they're headed to the crater, I would say it's best to stay out of their way. So perhaps we let them have the crater. Also, the chances of dying in the crater are extremely high, and I would like to leave them to that chance. I do know that we have both the dragon and the executioner, but I would say that with the goal of getting me on the throne, removing a potential weapon that we would have access to if the crown allows me to control it would actually end up possibly being a negative for us. There is a chance that in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, both the executioner and the dragon could be under our control in the future. So killing one might not be a good idea. That leaves us with wandering around Drakenheim looking for something bigger that isn't one of the constructs of the city and isn't in the crater.
We have been to the castle, and speaking of the long term, the forward thinking, if you will, one day we're gonna have to go in there and clean house. So why not start now?
Lord Commander, what are your thoughts on this?
I think, we hear about all these terrible creatures in Drakenheim. We can't have taken them all out already, Pluto. There's got to be something hiding.
We left
in the ruins.
some. We left some. It's we're not very great at sweeping the whole floor. So
I'm even thinking there were some pretty, dangerous ratlings out there. Maybe not rat prince, because rest his soul in whatever dimension we sent him to. There was some bigger pieces, so who knows where they're lurking, and likely the powerhouse of the castle is going to attract a lot of big baddies. So likely, it's probably our best bet.
We will have to eventually make it to the castle anyway for the crowning ceremony and to free your father. And how dangerous is the castle? Are we talking like as dangerous as the crater, just below? What's your experience? You two have been to both.
Castle is quite a surprising place. We have been there. We have seen spaces rip and other worlds present. So who knows what kind of monsters would be there. We found demons. We found wasn't there like a guy turning people into trees or something that we heard about?
Oh no, that was myself.
Yeah,
Rudy,
you were telling me it was a guy.
Yes, that was we went into the dream version of Drakkenheim, and there were druids, and there was that was a whole different story. We're going to try to avoid Drakenheim.
Yeah,
if we can.
Like, it's just, if all that's there, like, there's got to be something like big that we can murder.
I mean, Wilhelm, from even your own recollection and your conversation that you had with the steward in Dreamland, the steward was trying to keep the rift closed, but things were slipping through. And so it's entirely possible that not only did things slip through into Dreamland, but things slipped through into the castle proper. The Veo and Pluto were in the castle to recover the shield of Saint Vitruvio, but in the castle apartments. They didn't go down to the throne room. They didn't go down to the basements of the castle. The thing that you do know is that the steward has been able to somewhat keep the grounds of the castle clear, but the inside of the castle is still a madhouse.
Also, does Wilhelm still have his blanket that's an entrance into the dream realm?
You still do have that blanket, yes.
Okay, so actually there's another case to be made here. We should check out the castle on this side. But if the castle proves to not be working in our favor, I do have an entrance into the dream world.
Can we bring something back, like, from the dream world? And does that count? Is that we have to bring other people, our judges, into the dream world? No?
I mean, it's very dangerous, but this entire mission is very dangerous. And I mean, the duel was to bring something out of Drakkenheim. What plane of Drakkenheim you're on, that is kind of a gray area, I believe, in the rules of a duel.
I mean, if we are, in a tight corner, I guess that could be another way, but I worry about our judges and what they might think of it.
Elias Drexel does speak up, and he says,
"Oh, he's here. Okay.
Your only risk with going to Castle Draken is that how are you going to get back into the castle? If I recall, most of your missions into Castle Draken, you've had the help of Sebastian Crow's magic to fly you in and out of the castle. Do you have any such magic with you, or any options for getting in? Even the Silver Order, when they tried to get up to Castle Draken, they flew. We have only had mixed success in the past getting up the castle. In the past, we've fought our way up the castle road, but it's been a long time since we've had any soldiers up that way. It was a big undertaking to even just get up to Castle Draken on foot.
Yeah.
I mean,
we ride some griffins back here or something.
I have a cloak that allows me to turn into a little mini dragon. But that only helps me. That's not helpful for everybody else.
I can I have ways of teleporting. But it's a one and done. sort of scenario, I could definitely bring someone with me, but the challenge would be getting to the wall and then trying to get on the other side of the wall or the other side of the gate, and then we'll have to come back.
And there's no way we can. Didn't we ride griffins to Drakenheim?
Yes, but those were provided to you by the Silver Order for transportation purposes, not as gifts.
They won't let us keep using them.
They won't. Yeah. Can rent a griffin?
Yeah, what's the day rate on is there a deposit if we don't bring one back?
Is there anybody in Emberwood Village or anywhere nearby that sells potions of flight or anything of that sort?
Well, is River nearby?
River is around the camp, and it's possible that they might be able to provide you with magic. And
I do have my ring of spell storing. I could put something in there that could give us.
Yeah, that's not against the rules to pay for magic services, right?
No.
And then we could use those to like flying or.
Now, you two have special rings that can store spells in them.
Yeah.
And if we approach at night, I can fly myself into the castle. I also have slippers. They're boots, but I call them slippers of spider climbing that will allow me to scale walls quite easily. So,
I mean, I can climb up walls.
Yeah, she can climb up walls.
Yeah.
I can't.
No.
I mean, I can climb up walls, just it takes me a little bit longer.
But I think the thing is flying there would be beneficial if we could get some magic from the academy to help us. Either through spell or potion.
Yep.
Very well.
Both are possible. Yep.
Well, we could either seek out River or somebody in Emberwood Village. I suggest we probably should just try River, our local academy mage.
Mm-hmm. Is Eldrick around?
No.
They both could be around camp, yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, there is one other problem. Getting into the castle with magic is all well and good, but after we slay a giant monster, how do we get out again?
Good question. Good question.
We...
Let me check my magic.
The only thing that you do know on the one front, Wilhelm, is that Castle Draken's lower courtyard has a very impressive coach house, and there were stables there. So, because Castle Draken itself actually used to have even an aerie as well for hippogriffs. Now, these creatures are likely dead or mutated, but the coach house would still have a selection of wagons, coaches, and other vehicles. They just wouldn't have any beasts to carry them.
Well, Pluto can take care of the beasts, I presume.
We just need a little bit of luck.
Well, rule number 13, luck is what you make of it.
What level spell is Sebastian has a polymorph spell?
It's a 4th level spell. Yeah.
So if we get one in your ring and one in my ring,
we could each be able to polymorph out.
We could giant eagle fly in and giant ape carry the cart out. I've seen both those moves happen with Sebastian, so I'm assuming that's possible.
Yeah, that's got to be a thing.
Have either of you two ever cast a spell like that before?
Never.
Don't even know what I'm doing.
Great. What could go wrong?
Oh, that's what these magic rings are for.
Yeah, magic ring does most of the heavy lifting. All I got to do is point and think about it. I don't really have to.
Listen, I may have a bit of magic, but normally I just point and think about the thing I want to do. So.
I usually point with my sword and it dies. Or I point I point into it with the sword. I
And
just,
Ignatius just kind of does his own thing.
yeah, I just kind of figured it
Yeah,
out.
you could certainly seek out River and ask about having your spells filled up, your rings filled up with some spells. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that would work. Maybe buy some potions too. That could be
Okay.
helpful.
River, so in Camp Dawn, the Amethyst Academy has set up their own tent, which is protected with their own magics and patrolled by Academy sentinels. Of course, as befits the king, you are always permitted an immediate audience. And as you enter into the purple tent of the Academy, the interior always feels like going into this tent feels a little bit bigger on the inside, and there's doors inside it that you wonder, shouldn't that lead out? But then there's an apprentice or two that clearly opens the door and walks into another room. The entire tent feels quite strange in that regard, but a large table has been set up where often River or Eldrick are. As you enter, River, the tiefling, is here in her purple robes. She's seated, and she looks like she might be either studying her spell book or some of her own notes. And she looks up with a bit of a bored expression, and she says, "Oh, Your Majesty." She stands. "Welcome. What can I do for you?"
We were hoping, not to trouble you, but we were hoping to acquire some magical aids for the upcoming duel that we are departing on. We're going to be venturing into the castle in hopes of slaying a monster and bringing it back to win the duel against Illyria. And we thought that perhaps some assistance might be necessary.
Hi, River.
Hi, Polito. Hi, Veo. Good to see you both. Very well, then. What types of services did you have in mind? The Academy can provide much, and we are here, obviously, to provide our services at appropriate cost to the Crown of Westamar.
We had a list. We were like, we need to get in to the castle, and then we need to get out again. But when we come out, we got to be carrying something big.
Would you like magical consulting services, and I can provide you a recommendation on what spells to use, or do you have something in mind already?
Ooh, what's the consulting? Is this new? I don't think.
No, of course, the Amethyst Academy has always provided arcane counsel to the royalty of the continent. If you would like to avail yourselves of such services, I'm sure we can work out a price. Considering, given the circumstances, it is only appropriate that these services are paid properly to the Academy. You can sense that River's normal sardonic attitude with the two of you is a little bit different than normal. She's being much more businesslike and cordial, and almost somewhat cold with you.
Oh, trust me, I got it. I felt my palms are sweaty right now. Yeah.
I also don't feel like I have the connection. Like, Sebastian was a real connection to River. So it's kind of weird. It's sort of like, it's like a friend of a friend.
River, I feel like you normally don't charge us just to talk about magic. What's going on?
Yeah, this is
Well, given the circumstances, we thought we should adhere a little bit more closely to the letter and the tenets of the Edicts of Lumen, and perhaps conduct ourselves with a little bit more business-like appropriateness. Since, of course, you are also not acting in service of the Amethyst Academy, it's inappropriate for the Academy to provide you with services free of charge.
Maybe I shouldn't have provided you all that delirium for just fish.
We're not great negotiators.
No,
you certainly aren't.
Keep that in mind going forward. Well, seeing as, the Academy has gotten away with a lot of things before this, you'd think you would give us a little bit of leeway on being able to make sure that one of your own doesn't get his head chopped off.
Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the part of the reason why we're here isn't just to win some fancy duel. By the way, we're on a duel.
That's a bonus.
We're sort of trying to save Sebastian Crow's life. I don't know. As a friend of his and a colleague, I'm sure you can understand the gravity of the situation.
The Academy will be taking its own steps to make sure one of its esteemed members is not wrongfully executed.
That's good. It's good. Good. I'm gonna hide him.
I can assure you that if the circumstances come down and you fail in this little duel, the Silver Order will not be able to get their hands on Sebastian Crow. He is a master mage of the Amethyst Academy, and under the tenets of the Edicts of Lumen, he is protected by law from such outrageous treatment. And the fact that you have even engaged in a duel over this, that was even one of the terms on the table, is a flagrant violation of the Edicts of Lumen.
And does Eldrick feel the same way?
Eldrick is busy currently. If you have, of course, if the Monarch would like to request the presence of an acting Academy director, he can certainly do so, but you can deal with me.
River, I apologize if I have directly upset you. I thought we had more of a relationship than this, and nothing is set in stone at this moment. I was hoping that we could have conversations before moving forward with anything.
The Amethyst Academy has been a friend and an ally, as well as a long-term business partner to the throne of Westamar for hundreds of years.
Yes. Dating back before Delirium was even part of it, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Excellent. I hope that we can maintain that relationship.
Look,
nevertheless, it's not my position to comment on your dealings. But remember this, Your Majesty. The Edicts of Lumen exist both to provide restrictions on the Academy, but also to give the Academy protections, and to ensure the fact that I cannot refuse to provide you with magical services right now.
Well, then we will take your magical services, and I will continue to work to try to better the situation for the Amethyst Academy, but I personally believe that Delirium does not need to be part of that betterment. I hope to maintain the protection of the Amethyst Academy. I hope to maintain the ideals that Mageborn are to be protected and trained. I just don't necessarily love that we don't know who the directors are, that there's a lot of dealings with Delirium being traded all over the continent, and it's causing a lot of issues. That's where my concerns are, but I have no problems with the safety and protection of the Amethyst Academy. I have no problems with you, River. I see you as a friend, and I apologize if my attempts at diplomacy and trying to stop a war have upset you. And in the future, I would greatly love to hear any advice or guidance that you might have to alleviate the situation without creating enemies of another nation.
Your Majesty, don't worry. I'm sure that during our business interactions, I can fairly overlook the fact that you are gambling with the lives of one of my best and oldest friends with an insane, fanatical madman who would love nothing more than to destroy my entire organization. And she smiles. It's a strange smile. What services can the Academy provide for you today?
What do you got, Veo? I'm kind of running late right now. Cash light.
How much would a polymorph spell cost, River?
Polymorph spell, a 4th level spell. Cast on delivery, 250 gold pieces.
All right, I can cover that. Pluto, what are you at?
I can also afford one.
Okay.
One polymorph spell. Please.
Very well.
And if you could put it in this ring that
can I keep one of the spells that I already have in my ring, or do I have to reset it all?
What spell is in your ring?
I have 2 shields, so if I use one,
yeah,
like,
you'd have
just
to
get rid of one.
Get rid of one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So I leave 1 shield and a polymorph.
Do you require anything else?
Do you have any potion of flying?
Potions of flying. Yes, I can provide you with a potion of flying. If you would like to purchase one.
How many do you have, and how much are they?
Well, let me double check.
I think at some point we got 10 diamonds. I have that in my list of.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of. I'm going through my notes.
I think we had a decent amount of money.
I'm pretty. I feel like I'm pretty strapped because I'm 99% confident that unless it's big and heavy, you or Sebastian carried it. I
was gonna say I'm pretty sure I have like the group gold. I have written down 10 diamonds, 500 gold a piece, 5,000 gold pieces. So.
A potion of flying will be 750 gold pieces.
I currently have 0 gold because I was robbed.
Monty, it's up to you. Do you validate my notes on that, or
what you have?
I have in my notes like that 10 diamonds, 500 gold pieces each, equals 5,000 gold pieces.
Your notes, yeah.
Would you?
I normally write down stuff like that.
Could you do a hard? Yeah. Could you do a hard trade? Couple of
certainly
diamonds for some.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll even give you 2 diamonds.
Certainly.
Make it even.
Now, do we? Who needs the we have one. That's 1 potion of flying.
I can sell you 1 now, and I can have another 4 available for you in 3 days.
Or can you? What about? How far away are we from the castle as the crow flies?
As Sebastian Crow flies, when you have the ability to fly, you can get over the walls of towards Castle Draken from Camp Dawn in the span of about an hour. So one casting of polymorph is usually good enough to get you there if you're polymorphing into something like a giant eagle.
Well, I was just wondering if we kept both the polymorphs just in case, and then if we did I believe a level 5 casting of flying, what would that cost? Because if we were able to just take the casting before we left, and then we just fly right there.
If you would like a 5th level casting of the fly spell.
Is that correct? The 3rd upcast to cover the... No, wait, we need the other 2, though.
We have the 2 polymorphs that are already in the... You have a polymorph.
Yeah, but we also need to get... what's their face?
I can cast the spell for you. The service for the fly spell itself would be 500 gold pieces for the casting of the spell. However, that only covers the casting of the spell. You will need to pay my hourly rate if you would like me to continue concentrating on the spell.
Oh.
We can giant eagle it in.
We'll just giant eagle it.
It's fine. That's what we normally do, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Doesn't cost this outrageous hourly rate. River.
I think that's all we need for now.
Thanks, River. Yeah. Be safe.
I hope your little quest goes well. But don't worry. If you do lose, Sebastian will be fine. The Academy will see to it that one of its own is not wrongfully executed.
Appreciate that.
We will win. And if you think that you're the only old friend of Sebastian that has his well-being in mind, then you're wrong. We're going to do and give our lives to save Sebastian's. And that's what we are doing.
Veo, I believe you. It's this king of yours I'm not sure about now. Nevertheless, happy hunting.
River, we've
turn my back and I walk away.
Thank you, River. Good to see you.
We've been working together.
Hi to Eldrick. Come on. Look, as we're leaving, I want to try to kind of like get close to Wilhelm. Look, tensions are a little high right now. A lot of moving pieces. You know, I think we may have stepped on some people's toes that I didn't even realize when we were going about this business. Heads will cool down. I think things will be better.
Will they, Pluto? Will they? You know, we've done so much for the Academy. So much. We've let them get away with so much.
I don't know what to do without Rudy and Wrath by my side. I'm not used to making choices without them. I only became I wasn't going to be king. I was hiding in a barn up until like a month ago. I didn't even have plans on announcing that I was going to be king, and now I'm trying to follow the rules. Rule number 99: whenever given a difficult choice, the option that helps the most people is the correct choice. I'm trying to help people, and I'm losing friends, and I'm losing my own nation, and
you're doing your best. We're here to help you.
I'm not doing good enough, Veo.
Wilhelm, you didn't hurt their feelings. You hurt their wallet. Remember that.
I did hurt her feelings. I care about River, and she looked at me as if I was some stranger that she had never met before. We've had long conversations over several months. We've gotten to know one another. I didn't know she cared about delirium as much as she did. I just want to see the evil that is seeping into this world gone.
You know what most mages care about is power. And that's what you've taken away from them.
River isn't power hungry. I don't see that in her.
Wilhelm, it seems to me, it seems from your guess, it seems like she was much more angry about the Sebastian thing than anything else.
Even that,
she's right though. I think we at least I, what I heard, his life was threatened, and I started making deals. I started to pay the ransom, as it were, and I didn't even think about the consequences.
Well,
she's right. We, by paying the ransom, we're essentially caving to their demands.
She's also under the impression that if we had lost this duel, first of all, I'm a master duelist. Pluto, you're a Caspian prince. I thought we were playing this smart. I thought that we had the one up. We're in home team advantage.
And we were challenged to this duel, and what if we had said no? That would have been an admission of guilt.
Well, I think
then we would have lost if we had said no, we might have lost the chance at peace. This is a delicate balance, and I thought I was riding the line quite well of making peace and not losing. We're gaining leverage. We need leverage, and I'm sorry, guys. This has been a stressful few days. I did not.
Dead?
Sorry?
Well, especially since it's likely that the Academy is the one responsible for those assassins. Who else builds delirium, robots?
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Do you think they were responsible?
Maybe they built them. I don't know if they sent them, but they
River was really mad.
Trying to kill me?
River was really mad at you.
Mad enough to try. Did River plan an assassination attempt?
She wouldn't do that. I don't think she'd go that far. But
I miss Rudy's barn.
Hey, you can't go back to the barn. We need.
I know I can't, Pluto.
If you want to decorate your new room in the castle once we get it there like a barn, that's your choice.
That's not the point. I'm going to take responsibility for my actions.
That's it.
But
Let's do it.
I'm going to freak out a little while I'm in the company of friends.
That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, freak out when we're around, but then really put on the show for the Illyrians.
I know that, Pluto.
Yeah, you're doing great.
So we got our polymorph spells. We got our potion of fly. We paid for a fly. Yes, we did. We paid for it. I have it written down. Pluto, that's all yours.
Oh, I do. I need that, right?
Just in case.
Just
in case you need to go over the wall.
Let's finish this duel.
Yeah.
And then I need a good sleep, and I need to probably patch up some.
We're just gonna get a list of priorities of things that need to happen after this duel. It's fine. We got this.
You guys,
we probably got this.
You guys are great. You're both great. Veo, excellent Lord Commander. Pluto, you're such a good friend. I'm sorry that we haven't kept up in many years, but I'm.
Yeah, you missed a couple birthdays.
I'm sorry. I thought I sent you a muffin.
Didn't get anything. Oh, that was a muffin.
Also, Wilhelm.
That was a rock. Thought it was a.
It was from our storerooms. It took about a month and a half to get to you over in Caspia, but I did send a muffin for your 20th birthday.
I killed a troll with it.
Also,
nice.
if the Academy gives us any more sass, you just let me know. I can make it really hard for them to get delirium in and out of this city.
I don't want
you just
to
say the word.
We're not,
I've got it on the back burner, okay?
We're not trying to make enemies.
There's revenge ready.
We're not revenging the Amethyst Academy. My goal is to not make an enemy of the Amethyst Academy.
I know they just need a little show of power. I'm just saying that's there.
They just need to know who's in charge.
I really miss my friends right now. Not that you're not friends, but I miss my travel friends, and I can't wait to converse with them again and just. Rudy always knew what to do. She was always just.
She's wizened. Wise.
Yeah, I mean that tracks.
Yeah.
Look.
I mean, she's old. So
Veo's wise. She's street smart, and this is her realm. So if you're looking for any advice right now, you talk to her.
Veo, no offense, you've proven yourself as a great Lord Commander, a valiant warrior, and you know your way around Drakkenheim like nobody else. And I trust you to lead the Hooded Lanterns exquisitely. But when Veo's first instinct is to jump to a revenge mission against the Amethyst Academy, I'm just saying...
I feel a little backstabbed is all I'm saying.
Option.
I've done a lot of things for them just for fish and gotten them way ahead. And
Yeah.
let's just say I'm feeling a little hurt.
Pretty sure that delirium that shot you was probably something that Veo gave them.
Probably. I probably collected that with my own bare hands.
We're also jumping to conclusions. Until we find out more about these assassins, we can't assume.
Okay, it's
I can
highly
assume a
likely,
little
but we,
on the
we
inside.
don't know, who made them, but there's a good chance. Like, we've met rogue wizards before, and
most of them come from the academy, regardless if they're still with the academy.
They're somehow linked to the academy, and they seem to be the only types of people that are able to make something so advanced and so dangerous. Whether or not it was an academy thing, who knows? But that when magic and delirium start intertwining, they're like the first people you have to think about.
Feeling a little bit paranoid about this right now.
Yeah, can they listen? Like, they're probably listening to us. We've had that issue before. A lot of the time, there's usually somebody with a giant red hat listening to everything we're doing, and it's so frustrating.
Can we just get this mission done so that I can start dealing with the endless list of political problems that are now landing on my desk?
I think I need to go kill some monsters right now.
Can I give you one piece of advice, Wilhelm?
Why not?
If there's anyone that I've learned to trust in the political affairs, it happens to be Elias Drexel. He's one of our companions. He really has a great grasp of not only the city, but also a lot of the inner workings. He knows a lot of the players. If you're looking for counsel, he would probably be someone that I would reach out to if I needed a better understanding of what's going on.
Pluto, he also told me the other day to go to war against the Dukes rather than giving in to them. There's a lot of hooded lanterns, sorry Veo, seem to have revenge on the mind rather than diplomacy, and I'm trying to bring an air of diplomacy to this, and so far it's not working very well, but I am going to continue to try, because I would not be my father's son if I didn't try a diplomatic solution to these problems, and I will stand by that, and possibly die trying, but so be it. Let's go to the castle.
Is that like an inspiring
speech? That was a good,
I feel inspired.
I use inspiring leader to give us all... what? 15 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Sweet. Before we go.
And with that, I'm ready to go to a castle.
Pluto, do you want to polymorph first? Do you want me to polymorph first? Do you want to who wants?
Well, don't forget that you do have to bring Elias Drexel and Ophelia Reed with you as well.
Can we fly them as giant eagles as well as ourselves?
A giant eagle can carry 2 riders.
2 people.
Oh, see, this is where we got caught.
Okay,
then
thinking.
Veo, you polymorph.
Me?
No, I polymorph and I carry them in, because I'm gonna...
When we get there...
If we go at night... or before dawn, I don't know what time it is, but during the evening, I can transform into a dragon. I've never done it before, so I'm kind of excited to use it. I can transform, it's a little dragon. It's a little Von Kessel motif dragon that I can fly around.
You dragon, I eagle, carry our 2 judges, you potion of flying. We gotta get close enough to use potion of flying, because it's only an hour, right?
Isn't it an hour or 10 minutes?
I believe it's an hour for all of them.
So we just have to get to a place that's at least an hour outside the castle.
That's fair. Because if we do that, then...
Yeah, its potion of flying is 1 hour.
Sweet.
All right. Well,
that's a good plan, right? At least it gets us in, and then again, if we need to polymorph giant ape us out of there with whatever trophy.
So you're going to wait until nighttime so Wilhelm can fly on his own, and you're going to carry the two judges.
Yeah, I think at least to where we need to, like, an hour out of the flying of the castle is where it needs to be nighttime so he can transform. So I don't know if we leave it like suns. I don't know how long it takes to get to that
as
point.
the sun
But
is setting.
as the sun is setting, get to that point and then polymorph and fly.
And is it night or like just darkness? Because if it's like really overcast, can you?
You can, when you use the cloak, you must be in an area of dim light or darkness, but when you do polymorph yourself, the cloak is not reliant on you staying in dim light or darkness to stay in that form. It's only the it's only the natural form, like not polymorphing, that you have to be in dim light or darkness.
Okay, so we don't have to go at night. I just need to like hide under some rubble and turn into a dragon and then fly.
Yes.
And I retain my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we can go anytime then. I have learned a new thing about my brand new cloak, and I am ready to see what magic feels like.
Is nice.
Okay. So, since Castle Draken itself lies in the north end of the city, you know that your most direct route there is usually going to be like launching off from outside the city walls. So traveling along the north edge of the city and then flying up across over the cliffs and then over the castle walls into the castle proper, right? As we've noted before, Castle Draken is in the deep haze, and it does consist of three main sections, basically. There is the lower bailey and the upper bailey, and then the palace, which is in the upper bailey. So if your destination is the palace proper, then yeah, it's more of a matter of deciding what direction do you want to approach from, and if you are flying, where you want to land.
Other question. Depending on the cost, is it less expensive to have our judges stay at camp and scry with River? I don't know if she knows that. Or do they have to come with us?
They cannot scry. You can't scry into Castle Draken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a good thought, though. I like that.
Yeah.
That was
keep an eye
Yeah.
on
No,
Sure.
Castle. Even before the haze, and all the madness of Drakkenheim after the meteor, Castle Draken was warded against scrying magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we take them with us and go to the edge, fly up the cliffs.
Okay.
Do what we
You just
do.
have to be careful. Yeah.
In this case, you depart Camp Dawn with the judges in tow and your loaded up magic. Is there anything else that you want? Like, do you need any healing potions or anything before you go? Or
Oh, we probably do. That's a good call. I used a lot.
I was going to ask for healing potions, but I'm afraid of River right now, and
we can add those onto your shopping trip if you do want to buy any. Potions of greater healing are 100 gold pieces each. Potions of superior healing are 500 each.
I have
We
3
have-
potions of greater healing
I'm
currently.
gonna take the greater.
I have 3 superior and 3 greater, and I am gonna take my last aqua expurgo
Oh yeah.
before going in.
Yeah, I have 2 aqua expurgos. Do you need one, Wilhelm?
No.
Great. What about healing? I have 1 superior, 2 graders, and a regular.
I just have 3 greater, but I figure you guys seem well stocked. So I mean, if I go down and I run out of 3 greater healing potions, you guys could probably like. It
Between
seems
the
like they're
3 of
well
us.
stocked. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, You skirt the northern edge of the city, heading along the lightly forested region in the shadow of Castle Draken. In the northern shadow of Castle Draken. From this distance, catching sight of the city, following along the country roads, you stay away from the city proper until you are in this area known as the Overlook, which are where the cliffs are upon which Castle Draken perches and looks down. This is a wooded area where it is believed that there is a druid that keeps a shrine of Morrigan, the old god, somewhere in these woods here. From here, though, outside the city, you are well positioned now to pop your potions, cast your spells, use your abilities, get some shade, and take to the skies to fly up over to Castle Draken.
I go and crouch in some shrubbery, and then you hear Wilhelm yell, "Oh my goodness!" And then a little tiny green and gold dragon, like a tiny one, it's a pseudo dragon, flies out on little draconic wings from the shrubbery and perches on Pluto's shoulder.
Castle Draken, as you fly up the high cliffs towards the ancient and baroque walls of the castle, the towers with their high pointed rooftops like spear points, the walls bristling with grotesque gargoyle statues, and the towers watched over by distorted and disfigured dragons of bronze. These ancient defenders at one time would have mustered in force at the approach of anyone attempting to fly over the walls. Yet now the will of the steward, Johann Eisner, keeps them at bay. And there is they'll all of them watch you intently, and you can feel the eyes of the creatures, their impulses to leap out towards you and attack, constrained by a moderating force deep within the castle. That of Johann Eisner, the steward, still invested with the power of the seals and the crown, holding on to this vestiges of power. You fly over the walls of Castle Draken into the upper bailey, and you are now encircling the castle proper. Where would you like to set down? As you recall, Castle Draken consists of several towers. There is the Royal Tower, which is where the royal apartments are, the Conservatory Tower, which is classically where the library is and the outpost of the Amethyst Academy here. There is the Steward's Tower, as well as the Ambassador's Tower, and there is the Dragon's Tower, where the Defender Minazorond has their roost. Then the castle itself consists of the chateau of the castle consists of two sections: the throne room, as well as the chateau where the banquet halls and offices and kitchens and whatnot are. There are several balconies on the towers that you could set down on. There are windows that are on most of the buildings, but again, the walls and windows of Castle Draken have been magically treated in the past, so breaking through them is not necessarily easily done without magic, but it is possible. And of course, there are the front gates and the gatehouse itself.
Can we do kind of a flyby and see in the courtyards if there's any movement, anything that we see that could be considered big game?
The courtyard of Castle Draken is awash with corpses of countless ratlings. In the aftermath of your last great battle here, where you fought in the throne room, hundreds of ratlings had burrowed into the courtyard, and in fact, the tunnels that they used to dig up from the earth still remain in many places. And the weaponry the siege weaponry that the countless numbers of ratlings brought to bear in their attack is still there. What remains of it. But in the aftermath and in the time since, the gargoyles and dragons of Castle Draken gradually managed to drive off many of the Ratling invaders, given the fact that Johann Eisner had the power to somewhat control the defenses of Castle Draken. Yet, even still, you can see movement of other creatures. So while monsters do not walk openly in the courtyards of Castle Draken anymore, you still sense detect the movement and the lurking creatures in the buildings around Castle Draken.
Where are we thinking of landing?
I let out a draconic squawk.
You mentioned, Veo had mentioned that you may not have searched like the lower decks. When things are hiding, they might hide deep. Could be worth getting inside and going down.
Pluto, you're currently talking to a giant eagle and a small dragon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, but you do recall your last expedition to the castle. You had landed in the Steward's Tower, and you went directly into the Royal Tower.
I'm wondering if that's where we start again.
My Superman flying, the fist forward. I just point towards the Steward's Tower.
We get there and we'll make a game plan. Okay.
Grasping 2 judges, writing there. Still in eagle form.
I set them down.
We land on the Steward's Tower. I'm going to stay as dragon for a little bit. I'm going to just perch on Pluto's helmet.
Okay. In that case, let's load this up. So,
I got 2 ideas. 2.
So, here we are in the castle over at the Steward's Tower. So there's the Steward's Tower leading over to the Stair Tower, and I will just get your tokens in here. Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Does the little dragon have an eye patch on?
Yes.
Nice.
Is it an eye patch or is it the coloring of an eye patch?
Yeah, it's
And then
as you land in the Steward's Tower, coming in through Veo's bedroom, and resume your original forms, Elias Drexel shudders. This place is filled with so much evil. It's wrong.
This is my bedroom, Elias. Thank you.
I was speaking about the castle more generally. My apologies, Lord Commander.
Okay.
This is Wilhelm's first time in the castle, I believe.
Yeah.
In
non-Dreamenheim.
Non-Dreamenheim, and, he used to come here as a kid, so... Okay, yeah, Wilhelm has a bit of a moment, I think, seeing the castle as it is now. And he's never been in the Steward's Tower, obviously, but he's just like, yes, Elias, I feel it too. It's cold in here.
You used to haul this around Drakkenheim. Feels the same. Maybe a bit concentrated, but...
It feels worse here than Drakenheim, and I mean, Veo, I don't know, maybe after 15 years you get used to it, but this whole experience of coming to Drakenheim and stepping foot in this castle, it's like when you have a nightmare of a place that's familiar to you, but everything's wrong and twisted.
Yeah, essentially the hair is perpetually standing up on the back of my neck, so...
I can't tell you how many meetings I had with your father in this tower, Veo, over the years.
Oh.
Long conversations. Of course, he would usually be telling me about administrative things, and I would usually be complaining to him about military matters. But
he's here if you want to see him.
I've heard the stories, though. He's down in the basement, right?
Yeah, last time we went to his office and he kind of appeared.
Yeah, he projects himself around, I think.
I mean, I saw him in Drakenheim in the throne room. We had a full conversation.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah, I know, memories. There's a lot of coming back here that I think a lot of us can never imagine this place to end up this way.
Well,
I have to admit, there's a part of me that would love to see this castle restored. That would... So long I fought under the idea that one day I would stand in the throne room downstairs and watch a new monarch sit upon that throne to the thunderous applause of all the hooded lanterns and in the memory of everyone that gave their lives for that dream to come true.
I'm trying, Elias, to fulfill that dream for you. And it may not be exactly the way you imagined it, but we'll do our best.
Don't stop dreaming. We're going to make it happen.
Well, shall we away?
Mm-hmm.
We have two options. Well, I have two ideas. We could either go down to the basement. Last time we were there was this thing with a unicorn, and a big monster, and some pillars. It was very scary.
Yeah,
but we killed that thing.
Being with like a bunch of eyes. Lasers.
But we haven't been to the Academy's part of the tower in the library, and who knows what things they were doing there.
Yeah, true.
That have mutated over the years.
That'd be a good place to start.
So, I mean,
to the library.
I mean, I'm following your lead as you know what you've killed and what rooms you've cleared, and I don't. So,
I mean, we may have cleared some rooms, but other things may have moved in. You know, there's a cycle of tenancy
a lot. Yeah.
in Castle Draken at the moment. So
no consistency. This is why we need you, Wilhelm.
Thank you, Pluto.
So what do you think? Academy Library or the basement?
The Academy had a library in this castle?
Yes, the Academy has the Conservatory Tower. The Academy headquarters there. Usually there would be a representative there and that could meet or provide services. It would be the quarters of our court mage. Of course, over the years we would have many services. The Academy, to my knowledge, the Academy doesn't use that space for any experimentation. They only use it basically as offices.
Still, I do have a thought. It's a long shot. But since we're here anyway and we're looking for monsters to kill, if we do head to the Academy's old offices, perhaps as a kind gesture towards the Academy, if we recover anything that might be of importance to them, I could hand that over to River as a show of goodwill.
Yeah.
It's a long shot. I'm
You're a really good person. I'm still stewing in my childish, revenge scheme.
Other thought is that the ground level of the Conservatory Tower is where the old teleportation circle is.
And teleportation circles and delirium usually are a bad mix, which probably means monster.
Yeah, we can clear it out. And maybe help them reactivate it, giving the Academy even a chance too to get back into the castle could be helpful. We'll probably need their help, when you start to rebuild these alliances and start shaking hands again. the academy is going to be necessary to really sort of shore up the castle itself.
Yes. We don't want to make enemies of the academy just yet, or really ever.
The revenge plan might be on a hold.
Fine, it's on pause right now. Just saying it's in the back
Keep
of
the
my
revenge plan on pause, but let's head to the conservatory tower.
All right. Getting to the conservatory tower requires going through the stair tower and down and across the Imperial Stair before the throne room. As you set out from the Steward's Tower across the bridge to the stair tower, that's where we'll take our break.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See y'all in just a few minutes. And we are back from our short rest. We have restocked on all of our potions and are hopefully going to start rolling some dice. Okay.
You do that in this game?
Yeah, you do. As you all step out from the Steward's Tower, cross the bridge into the tower, the stair tower, you can all roll me a d6.
Oh, there it is.
Seems appropriate.
6.
3.
5.
Okay. Crossing into the stair tower, it is eerily quiet. The grand staircase that wraps around the stair tower, surrounding the great glass chandelier that stretches down the entire length of the tower before ending in the pool of tears, the fountain at the base of the tower. Eerie light reflects throughout the stair tower as your footsteps echo with every step upon each marble stair as you step down from the Steward's Tower towards the next landing. This ostentatious and imperial stairway comes to the main landing, which would lead into what is known as the Imperial Stair, the foyer before the throne room. You must cross across this foyer to get into the conservatory tower, or you could continue down from this landing towards the bowels of Castle Draken, where the vaults of House von Kessel are.
Ludo.
As you head down the stairs, Elias Drexel mentions, I don't want to complicate things, but if we could get inside the vaults while we're here, there's a lot of money in there. There's a lot of valuables, treasures, things that might be good as leverage, like the Diamond of Hathig Claw, or perhaps even the crown itself.
Elias, is now the time, or we're going to be coming back to this castle?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't distract you from the mission at hand. It's been a while since I've been back here, and I've felt like there's been unfinished business ever since. We shouldn't have left the crown in the throne room. We should have opened the vaults.
Well, that could be a great statement piece for your mission to go see the Dukes, or have the Dukes come see you.
Do we have time?
We're close. I mean, last time we were in there, it was a little sketchy, but I mean, it would be probably not the worst idea to kind of like take a look and make sure everything's just sort of like settled.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get into the vaults, Elias?
They'd be down at the lowest level. I believe we left the crown on the throne. Though.
In the throne room?
Yes. Have Veo and Paluto told you the state of your uncle when we were here last?
I've heard some stories of indescribable terror and roiling flesh, I believe was one of the words used. Tentacles, portals to other dimensions, unfathomable eldritch monstrosities pouring through rifts through time and space. Am I close?
Yes. That creature, I must admit, that creature would have made a pretty good trophy. But perhaps it's for the best that it's...
That's my uncle.
Yeah.
Trophy's a trophy, man.
I mean, your aunt's somewhere downstairs, too. I mean,
She is?
if she's still alive. I don't know.
Yeah,
Is she-
it was
Is she You met my aunt?
You know what? We're getting distracted. We're losing focus.
Was she okay? I thought she died in the meteor.
No.
What do you mean? You found her?
You didn't know about this one. Yeah, she definitely got taken over by delirium, and she sacrificed herself for the well-being of all the things to stay in the castle. She might do. Never mind.
Auntie Lenore?
Ophelia Reed speaks up. It's such a shame that she's suffered for a very long time. And the fact that she's still here, she could still be alive, suffering. Who knows what kind of madness she's fallen back into. It really... I know we had our differences over this, but I still believe it would have been a mercy to let her go.
I mean, I'm sorry, this is all just a bit of abrupt news to me. Apparently I was not kept up to date on the whereabouts of my Aunt Lenore.
Elias Drexel turns to Ophelia Reed and says, Flamekeeper Reed, I hope you are not insinuating that these three should go after Queen Lenore and claim her as a trophy. That would be quite macabre and in poor taste. And Ophelia Reed replies, No, I was not suggesting that. I am wise enough to know that that would not be well regarded, and I do not in the least, but...
Wait, are you both insinuating that my Aunt Lenore is still in this castle alive in some capacity?
Maybe a monstrous capacity?
But a capacity.
Not a people capacity.
I mean, either way, my Aunt Lenore, in some form, is here in this castle.
I think as much as you would have called Big Linda an animal. You know, like that kind of same...
I'm just yes or no. My Aunt Lenore is in this castle.
Maybe, yes.
Where?
No, downstairs.
Is it... We're heading to the vaults anyway. Is it
Where
on
we
the way?
fought the... Ooh.
Perhaps it's worth checking out.
Again, just like, we could just shore up things.
Just
make sure.
leave her to her.
To what? Live a tortured life if she is a monster? If she's redeemable, then we must save her. If she's not redeemable, then we must put her out of her misery.
I mean, yeah, but we don't... We're in the middle... How about we're in the middle of catching monsters first?
Yeah.
Well, if she
and
is
we
a
don't
monster...
use her for this...
If she is a monster, then we're killing multiple birds with one stone. Ophelia, Elias, I don't know if either of you know this answer, but if she has undergone a monstrous transformation, do we have any indication that a semblance of the former person is there, not in terms of saving them, but in terms of the fact that there is an essence of Lenore that is suffering by becoming a monster?
I mean, we don't know. I've seen some of those poor lost souls that it looked like I swear by the flame that I felt like it was their mind was riding around in their body, like the rest of their flesh was just not obeying them anymore, like they were just a poor passenger caught in some sort of maddened nightmare, tortured every single day, but filled with some kind of compulsion, like their body had betrayed them. I've done my fair share of studying the monsters that have come back, and there's even been a few of them where, with an apothecary, we've opened them up a few to see their insides, and every piece of them was unrecognizable, changed and warped every single organ, except the brain. That just seemed like it was a normal thing. Of course, there's just been as many that they've been all kind of unrecognizable. You don't know how many mouths, but I've heard others where it sounded like they were begging for forgiveness, others like they were screaming for help, some like they were begging for the flame to come and burn them away and take them and save them, and others just like psychopaths. It's hard to make heads or tails of it. But as far as I can say, who knows what's happened to their spirits? Who knows what's happened to their minds?
Pluto Veo, I think we have to go find my aunt.
Yeah? Let's take her out?
If she has become a monster.
Wilhelm, we fought so hard to try to save her. We did. It just, to slay her, I couldn't give up on her. I couldn't.
I don't want to give up on her either, but I've seen people become monsters. My first interaction with delirium was a young farm boy who lived in my town. I did everything I could to try to help him. Myself, Rudy, and Wrath, we attempted to redeem him, hoping that we could bring the boy back. He ended up going crazy and trying to murder us, and we had to put him down. We came across a town in our travels, Schaffberg. We tried to reason with the townsfolk, not realizing that they had already been twisted by delirium, and every time that I've tried to bring somebody back, we've ended up having to put them down. Now, Elias, I have my own emotions about the attempts made to save my Aunt Lenore, and I would like to talk to you deeper about that, but I'm trying to reserve the judgment that maybe you just didn't try hard enough. But if my aunt is alive, I need to see for myself what state she's in, and if she is suffering, lost in this castle, as much as it pains me to do so, I can't let her just be a monster.
Wilhelm, will we have time to slay your monster aunt and find another monster that's going to help us win this? Our focus, the reason we're here, is to find a monster to take back with us to save Sebastian.
Veo, we're talking about a monster.
We're in the middle of a monster-riddled castle, too, discussing this now. You can all roll a d6.
You've earned it.
3.
4.
2.
Veo, if she's become a monster, then maybe she's a monster worth using as a trophy. I'm trying to do both at the same time here.
Wait, you're seriously suggesting that?
If she's your aunt, if you don't mind it, then.
I think she's my aunt too. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
have some relationship. I just have to tell you, Wilhelm, that I can say without a doubt that, that by the time we had found her, she was too far gone, and even with the protective barriers that we have now far exceed anything that we had available when we first stumbled upon her. The being in the haze as long as she had, it's amazing what she was able to fend off. She's such a strong and powerful woman, but it's not like we didn't choose to push the button or turn the key. We did our best to work with what we had, but in the end, she just, you've seen what delirium does.
Theo, please. Pluto, are you okay with you and I going up against our shared aunt?
Look, it's if you're doing it as mercy, I'm all for it. But if you're looking for a trophy, I think it's
the trophy is merely at this point a fact that I'd rather not dwell on or talk to in depth about. But
yeah.
We came here to slay a monster, and if my aunt is here and there is a portion of her that's alive, the way that I see it, the way that I see delirium treating her is not that my aunt is trapped inside of whatever she's become.
No, let's make our way down, and if we come across something in the meantime, we come across something. If we come across her aunt, then we'll do our best to save her, but we need to start making moves.
Yep, let's work our way down there. That's a good call, Veo.
If Elias, you wanted to go to the man, today's been a lot, hasn't it? You wanted to go to the vaults.
Yes.
They're downstairs as well. So is potentially my aunt. We go that way. We find out what we can. If it proves to not be anything, we're in the castle already. We can just head over to the other tower.
All right. Fine. Let's go. It's not far. We just go down past the pool of tears. If we want to go down, if you want to go down to where you left Lenore, it was in the crypt.
Yeah.
Tears? I didn't know
That's what the fountain's called.
Yep, it's just it's an evil place. Your bedroom, Veo, right outside your bedroom is
right
the pool of
outside
tears.
My bedroom is the pool of tears. Cool.
Where you swam and bathed and
Yeah, I definitely swam in those tears. Oops.
drinking from it. Oh, what's that?
It was really, it was like salty tasting, you know. I would lap it up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but our aunt is also a monster, so we got to just...
Okay. Let us reveal, not conceal. All right, and pull up the map. So you head down the stairs to the bottom of the stair tower. Okay. So here is the very bottom of the castle stair tower, where you stand before the part of Castle Draken that is known as the Hall of Heroes. Okay, so the base of the stair tower is the glimmering marble fountain, and here there are 3 mischievous gargoyles that are bound to the fountain, who you remember are named Cheeky, Rump, and Bottom. And they, as you walk by, the 3 of them speak in unison. Back for more, are we?
Which one said that?
Cheeky.
Ignore him. Ignore him, Wilhelm. He's just trying to...
Got a new friend? Did your wizard friend get killed?
No, he's fine.
No, that's what we're trying to prevent, actually.
Did these gargoyles always talk?
Yes, they have always talked.
Yes, they have
Yeah.
always talked. They've always been a little bit cheeky, a little bit, ignore them.
Cheeky, good to see you again. No, Sebastian is fine, if you're wondering.
All right. Have fun down there.
How are the tears?
Don't fall for his...
Salty.
They'll just drag you in. They'll just drag you in. We got a mission. We're on a mission.
Just keep walking. Just keep walking.
We've already waited till the nighttime, so technically we're on our last 18 to 24 hours before we have to head to Liberon, and we got to carry whatever it is out of here.
Ophelia, Elias, don't engage with the locals.
Mm-hmm. Here is the Hall of Heroes, where solemn statues of great adventurers and past heroes are honored, who once served Drakkenheim. So, continuing down along, you come to the other side of the gates here, where there's the entrance to the royal vaults. Now, over here, this was once guarded by a pair of golems who you destroyed a long time ago, and they have not been rebuilt. And as you walk through this chamber, you feel the presence of the steward, who the power of the seals resonates, opening the doors ahead.
Thanks, Dad.
Keep on trucking.
Miss you, love you, bye.
Okay.
Send snacks.
The stairs continue down.
I'm sort of leading the way, and I assume Veo's right up there with me, with Wilhelm just in tow.
Where's our judges?
The judges
and
are,
obviously Elias.
Elias and Ophelia hang back just a little bit as you come to the stairs where the vault door is, and then the landing that leads down to the Monarchal Crypt. Now, you recall that once these halls were covered in strange vines and tendrils with eyes glimmering and looking up at you. And now the eyes are shut, but you feel a slight sense that there is a force watching you. For down here in the Monarchal Crypt, Veo, is where the steward is kept. And as you come closer, several of the eyes, the shifting tendrils, you feel one sort of this tug at your cloak. Like it's trying to get your attention.
Normally this would be really weird, but I know it's my dad, so what's going on, bud?
You feel your father's mind touch you, Veo. And he says, Veo, I heard what you were saying in the tower stair. That Wilhelm means to end Lenore. Is this true?
I mean, he's pretty set on it. And he is the future king, so we kind of got to go with it. But, if she's a monster, I get why. So, yes.
I have tried to keep her in the world, to keep her mind sharp and fresh. But she has wandered the castle for some time, wandering up and down, There are still pools of delirium sludge that surround me down here. I fear that Lenore will not recognize you now. She barely speaks with me.
Then why try to keep her in this world? Why not let her rest?
I know, but I am warning you. She is dangerous. And it is dangerous down here. Are you prepared for what is down here?
Are we ever prepared for anything that the city throws our way? We can only deal with what's in front of us.
I hope so. But last time you came down here, you were with your wizard friend. You had magic that let you fly safely. Do you have this magic still?
Not quite. I mean, I have a little bit more magic, but not as strong as last time.
Can we hear this conversation? Is it? No, it's only in.
It's with Veo.
Hold on, guys. I'm just talking to my dad.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
I have to get back to focus. I have to focus on the... It's still the rift.
Yeah. Mind power, all in the rift. Don't let anything come through there. I'll let these guys know, and they can make a decision. We'll do our best.
Your other friends help me, but it still takes much of my mind to focus on it. Be careful.
Good luck, Papa.
As he lets go, the doors to the vault do open up.
So update from my dad. Lenore definitely is not of a good mind, but he really is worried that we don't have magic. So this may not be a fight we want to take on. We might want to wait for Sebastian and Rast to come back before we can take on your aunt.
Magic? You don't need magic.
Why would we need magic?
I have a giant
The sludge. What about the sludge?
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Actually, yeah, Wilhelm.
What sludge?
Yeah,
The
it's pretty
whole
cool.
ground is sludge. Magical
you-
sludge.
You gotta
Delirium.
basically jump from pillar to pillar, and if you fall in, it's gnarly.
Yeah.
I have the means to do battle on walls, on ceilings. What about the two of you?
I can jump sometimes, pretty hard, pretty far. But
Were the two of you not heroes of Drakkenheim equipped with great items of legend?
We fell in the sludge last time, and the only reason we survived is because a magical unicorn came out of nowhere
But you defeated the monster that was down here.
with a magical unicorn that came
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
yeah, I wish that I could
Yeah,
tell you.
this is the state of the Monarchal Crypt. I mean, that delirium sludge is still all there. Like, you can look down the stairs, Wilhelm, and you can see immediately as you come down that the entire crypt...
Oh my lord, it's covered in delirium sludge. Why didn't you two warn me?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if we were able to convey.
Look
the
at how
message.
much of it there was.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
there's
gets in
giant
everything.
delirium crystals that are breaking through the walls.
It's
and the
glowing.
floors.
We have not been able to get a proper magical mop yet to clean this
Yeah,
up.
it's
so-
bubbling and hissing like a foul stew.
And your father is down here?
on the other side. Yep.
Johan,
Yep.
are you okay?
This is what you wanted to say. Like, this is what you committed to.
These are the things that we're gonna need to enlist the help.
As
Yeah.
as I like come down the stairs to like the edge and look out into the room, like, do I see any horrible monster in here? Or is it just like a sea of delirium sludge?
Okay. So the Royal Mausoleum is 50 feet high, and it's a pillared chamber, right? Supported by these rectangular columns. There are gargantuan delirium crystals that have breached through the walls, and the thick delirium sludge fills the hall to the knees height. Okay, the inside, you have been down here before, Wilhelm, and you remember the state of it, where there are the crypts of where the ashes of various monarchs of Drakkenheim are interred, all the way up from the very oldest rulers of Castle Draken to the before Westermar even was a nation, to your grandma. Yeah, your grandma would have been the last. Helena II was the last monarch that would have been buried here, and she would have been your grandmother.
My grandmother's tomb is in here. What?
Yeah.
This is a disaster.
And like many of your great grandparents.
My
other
whole family.
Yeah, and other relatives, yeah.
My dad too. I mean,
Your dad's a pillar. My family is now sinking. Their bodies are in delirium sludge. It's
yeah, it's pretty bad. And as you wander about, and as you peer into the room, gazing about to see, you catch sight of a creature wandering through. For Lenore is indeed in this chamber. She is singing softly to herself in a discordant tone, and as she sings, the tendrils in the walls that were eyes nearby her bloom into eldritch lilies, spreading luminescence that echoes throughout the chamber. Lenore is held aloft by the tentacle-like, by the tendrils that are now tentacle-like that are her hair, and she floats in the air, borne aloft by essentially the tendrils of her hair that gently wrap around the pillars and lead her gliding smoothly from pillar to pillar to pillar to pillar, singing softly. And then you see her go up to several of the statues of the monarchs, and she speaks to them almost incoherently, as if they're her courtiers or longtime friends. Beneath her face is beneath a porcelain mask, and she still wears her elegant gowns and a necklace that she was famous for, with 11 emeralds around it. And the way that she glides about the hallway is reminiscent of some of your oldest memories of the ways that she would glide about the ballroom of Castle Draken, fluttering between groups of courtiers and other nobles, offering her queenly the blessing of her queenly presence between them. Give me a stealth check.
That's going to be a 23.
So you manage to remain hidden from Lenore's notice as she softly sings between the pillars. What do you do?
I don't know. I turn to look over at Veo and Pluto.
we wave to you to come silently.
I come back.
I told you we need help with this. It's not that we were going to abandon her. We just need more help.
Yeah. Veo's dad knows a lot about this stuff.
I trust his judgment.
That's why we're whispering. And we just need to, come back when we're more prepared. Let's see if we can raid the vault. And then we can just leave.
I hate this. I'm just going to leave my aunt down here?
Yeah. I just have to leave my father, too. Trust me, it's not a walk in the park, but it must be done.
She's also like my aunt, so like I'm comfortable with it. So you gotta get more comfortable.
Wasn't she a Jones?
She's like distant aunt. Close.
Technically, all the great houses of Caspia are actually all distant related because they're all descended from the children of Rex Caspian. There's been a lot of... It's best not to dwell on exactly how closely related the great houses...
There's been a lot of barbecues, okay? Family barbecues. So...
You know, growing up, I had, like, my parents' friends that I referred to as aunt and uncle, so, like, even if we weren't really... Anyway, yeah, I get it.
Let's just say that it's really best not to think about the exact way the family tree of the continent works, even amongst the royal families of Illyria, what was the royal family of Illyria, and Westamar and Caspia. Like there's a couple times throughout history where the family tree kind of looks more like a line. So just don't dwell on it too much.
More like bamboo.
I suppose we should look in the vault then, and abandoned my deceased family to this.
You didn't even know she was there. I don't even know why we brought it up. You didn't even know she was there.
My bad.
I didn't know I thought my aunt died when the meteor hit Drakkenheim.
Part of her did. And let's don't worry, we'll have a chance to redeem.
We knew we would have been more delicate about it, but now you see she's walking around. We'll come back for her.
she's comfy. She likes it here. She loves the delirium. She's a big fan.
We could lure her out.
I mean, not right now. She's gonna take our heads if we do.
Yeah, she.
Let's see if there's any riches.
When she was our friend and she was aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
Now I don't think she's as conscious.
Very well.
Shall we raid the vaults?
Yeah. Come on, Wilhelm. Get some kingly treasures.
I'm going to walk into the vaults.
I take this first door.
Okay. The royal vaults in one of the chambers is nearly 35,000 gold worth of bullion and talents of silver stacked up. This amount of gold and silver would weigh several hundred pounds.
Mm-hmm.
There is a gemstone collection of several priceless emeralds, diamonds, rubies, and sapphires. And amongst them, they're basically in glass display cases, is the diamond of Mount Karath, which is allegedly the most. It is a fist-sized diamond, perhaps the largest diamond in the world. There is a collection of magically notarized, preserved, and sealed bonds, credit notes, financial agreements, and property deeds involving staggering sums of money and distant foreign powers. Wilhelm, you are smart enough to know that those pieces of paper are worth millions. Because those are the credit notes, those are the documents that are the wealth of Westamar, essentially. Those are the types of things that give you financial leverage in ways that few others would actually have. Just seeing these, you kind of glance at some of them and are like, A few of them are notarized with the seals of some of the largest banking organizations in the free city of Liberio, and you just kind of turn one over, and it's kind of like a bond for 100,000 gold pieces. There's several documents that you just like flip through really quickly, and they're like promises of military support. They're various deeds and titles to land. Even flipping through it, there's actually the deeds that say who owns Kesselholm Keep. Yeah.
I'm going to take the stack of papers, and I'm also going to grab the diamond.
And the final chamber, it contains several. There are two curious things in the final chamber. The first is a very deliberately placed scroll case. The second is a rolled up carpet of fine Afghan patterning. And the final item that is there is a jeweled helmet.
Pluto, you would look so smashing with this.
I have been looking for a new helmet.
And I need a carpet for the clock tower because it's looking a little shabby.
And yeah, that bed is...
Veo, by all means, this looks like nothing more than a ratty old carpet. I don't see why it would be kept down here.
Can I inspect the carpet?
The carpet has several golden tassels. It's kind of a red and purple carpet with golden embroidery on it. And as you unroll the carpet, the pattern upon the carpet actually shifts. And as you touch the carpet slightly, suddenly the carpet shakes and it shudders and it stands up in the corner, almost like it's like on two of its tassels are its feet and its other two tassels are its hands, and it shudders in the corner, kind of quivering in fear.
Oh, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Oh, you were napping, weren't you? I don't do well when I get woken up from a nap either. Yeah.
Is this your father again?
I think this is something else. I'm gonna step forward and reach out a hand towards the carpet, and I'm gonna say, "Do you trust me?"
You feel feelings in your mind that you can, when you touch the carpet, you feel feelings in your mind that you can interpret as thoughts, and the carpet replies, "Don't know you." It's shaking. It's shuddering in fear.
We all hear this?
If you touch the carpet, you can hear what it's thinking.
Veo, put your hand on the carpet.
I put my hand on the carpet. This is the king. He's a very important person. I'm his second most important person in this whole city. You're really with the safest people.
Really?
Yeah, my dad runs this castle too. Yeah.
Oh.
I am of the Von Kessel family. I'm sorry that you have been left down here for such a long time.
You're Von Kessel. Oh.
Is that bad?
Do you not like the Von Kessels? He's a nice Von Kessel.
You are?
Super nice.
I'm sorry if the Von Kessels have mistreated you in the past.
It's just that... You're not gonna force me to do anything, are you? The last king got really mad at me and locked me down here because I was too scared, and I was alone.
Well, you're
not alone.
Anymore. We can show you the world if you want.
Elias Drexel steps in the room. Oh, it's that thing.
That
Elias,
thing? Elias!
this is a sentient carpet. Treat it with some respect.
Scared.
It's the most useless gift Ulrich von Kessel ever received.
You're not useless, are you, little carpet? Do you have a name, or do you just like to go by carpet?
I'm Casper.
Casper. Oh.
Casper.
Yes, it's a useless carpet. It's a flying carpet that's afraid of heights.
Elias? That's enough.
It was supposed to transport the king, and it wouldn't even go 2 inches off the ground.
And so this sentient carpet, this carpet that has thoughts and feelings, you locked in a vault for how long?
Ulrich, your uncle,
Yes.
left it here, hoping that it would wisen it up, make it brave.
Get
Yes,
less scared.
because locking a sentient being up helps them get over their fear and problems.
With respect, Your Majesty, it's a magic carpet.
And it seems to have extremely distinct emotions about the Von Kessels and the way it was treated. And I place my hand on the carpet, and I'm like, you can come with us if you want. We'll let you out of this castle.
I'm gonna take one of its tassels. You take the other tassel and kind of lead it out.
You're not gonna make me fly, are you? I'm really scared.
If you want to,
I don't want to.
then you don't have to.
Oh, good.
Listen, I won't carry you. You have to walk, but
It's just
we'll
so
make you
high.
fly.
Oh,
It's okay. You can, I mean, I know you're not good at flying, but we may have to fly out of here. No.
No.
The
Don't
carpet's
worry.
like rocking back and forth.
Casper,
Hug him.
Casper, we'll get you out of here. If we need to, we will cover your... how do you sense the world around you? How do you know when you're flying? Can you see?
I see all the time. I don't have eyes that I can close.
We'll put you
That's a
in
nightmare in itself.
Yeah, that's terrible. We'll roll you up and
He's only
put
got one
you
eye.
under
He
a
doesn't,
cloak.
he doesn't understand.
We'll get you out of here.
But
We might not even be flying out of here. We might be walking.
Oh, don't put me in a cloak. The only thing that I hate more than flying is the dark. I've been locked in this dark room for so long.
Elias, you might be onto something.
Hey, I
Casper, I'm going to take you to my tower and you'll be fine.
Casper's hand.
Towers! Is it tall?
Yeah, you can stay on the bottom floor. It's fine.
Oh, I really...
Casper, look, I'm the bravest person in the world. You stick with me. I'll find you a nice place, low to the ground, that you can just settle down and you can just stay there. It'll be calming.
I just wanted to be a normal rug.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hug the floor. You know, let people walk all over me. I could understand that. That was easy. But then they wanted me to fly. Why did that wizard ever give me intelligence?
Pluto, you might be onto something here. Casper, have you ever heard of Caspia? It sounds kind of like your name. All the buildings, most of them, are single level. They don't go very high.
Yeah, we don't even like stairs.
They don't like stairs. They don't like the dark. They're in the middle of a desert for the most part.
That
And,
sounds
it's
lovely. Oh, but is there a lot of sand? I hate dirt. I don't like getting dirty.
Casper, we're going to get you out of here, and we'll deal with the rest of this as we go.
Would you like to come with us, Casper?
You're not gonna make me fly, right?
No.
You're not gonna.
Zero
You're not
fly.
gonna leave me in the dark, are you?
Zero darkness.
Oh,
Actually, can we
No,
do a little-
zero darkness.
you're not gonna get me
Puddle?
dirty. You're not gonna like trounce all over me with muddy boots.
I
didn't you just say that-
prestidigitated the dust off of him. I'm like,
Didn't-
nada.
Didn't you just say your goal was that you wanted to be a regular carpet that got walked all over by people?
Yes, but with nice soft slippers, not with dirty boots.
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the capacity to save a carpet today. If he, like, guys, we gotta
Put him in my childhood bedroom, and then we'll just leave him upstairs.
Guys, don't worry. And I'm gonna usher Casper towards Elias, and I'm like, Elias will take care of you now. And I give Elias a really stern look. Elias is going to look after you until we're done our mission in the castle. Elias, you're going to look after Casper.
Your command is my solemn duty, Your Majesty.
Consider this mild payback for stabbing me in the face.
This is how you're using. Never mind. You know what?
You know what? I'm not letting a sentient creature be locked up in this castle any longer. It's not infected with delirium. It is sentient. It has emotions. It is terrified. It is our duty to rescue this carpet in distress. We need to show it the world. Take it wonder by wonder. Don't you dare close your eyes.
You can't. You actually can't. So we now have Casper. What about this helm?
Yeah.
Let's check this.
Well, this is an extraordinarily ostentatious helm. The helm itself, you can see that it is set with, it has 7 diamonds encrusted in it, as well as 15 rubies, and it is also set with 10 fire opals and 22 opals.
Wow.
And it is a silver helm with golden filigree and kind of like the shape of dragon wings along the sides of the helmet. And then it kind of has the similar sort of visor as Paluto's helmet, except it comes down in the middle with a nose guard.
I'm gonna try it on.
You're just taking out of the Von Kessel vault and trying.
Hey, you're not king yet. Yeah. Relax. Let's just.
He's a prince. Let him be fancy, Wilhelm.
Yeah. As you put the helm on, immediately it begins glowing brightly, and like an aura of gloriousness envelops your body.
See, Casper, no darkness.
Yeah. Oh, this goes really good with that sword that talks to me and and yells at me a lot for lying. This feels right. What do you think, Wilhelm? Am I pulling it off?
I mean, you are actually. Can we consider this a gift from the Von Kessel family to the Prince of Caspia?
Look, I'm just holding it on my head.
No, you look great. Look at you.
It's a loan.
It's a loner. Until I find my other helmet that's somewhere buried deep in
the crater.
I think it's in the crater somewhere. I'm really frustrated.
Elias, is this helm? What do you make of this helm?
It's a magical helm. The king was going to wear it in battle, and, well, Ulrich never. The only time Ulrich von Kessel ever saw a battlefield was in a painting.
Oh.
Yes, that sounds like my uncle.
This helm is gonna see some battle. It ready for battle. We're gonna find a battle.
Elias, I don't know the value of this helmet, and I don't know what its worth is to the Von Kessel family, but does it make a suitable gift for our Caspian Prince Alliance here?
It's a very valuable helm. I believe it was made by the Academy. But if you want to let Pluto have it, that's fine.
Pluto, do you like your new helmet?
Thank you for this helm that I stole from your vault.
I'm giving it to you. I'm right here. You didn't steal it.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I think there's a... No, thank you, Wilhelm. I really appreciate it.
Was there one more thing in the vault?
Yes, there was a scroll case.
Well, I guess, Veo, since you have a new pet carpet, and Pluto, you have a new helm, I guess I get this scroll, and I'm going to pick it up.
It is emblazoned with the seal of the sacred flame.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Ophelia, we have a
We need
sacred
your-
flame,
Translating.
a scroll here.
She opens up the scroll case, pulls out the leathered scroll, and her eyes go wide. She says, This is a scroll that was made by the divine one of the last divine matriarchs, maybe about 30 years ago. Courage the Ninth. It's a scroll of resurrection. It can bring back someone who's died.
Wow.
After how long?
Quite some time. It's... I guess the king must have purchased it as a bit of insurance. But it would return to life someone who's been killed. As long as you have a piece of their body.
Well, you need to keep this. Just in case something happens to you. If I'm not there to jump in the way and, long live the king.
Perhaps that's the smartest decision, but...
Or if I die, there's that option too.
She also has...
My father, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin.
I mean, if you don't die, yes. Maybe in the end.
Ophelia, has a resurrection spell ever been used on somebody who, suffered a death from delirium contamination?
Not a resurrection spell, but a raise dead spell. You can only bring back what they are. If they're a mutated monster, they come back to life as such.
It was a fleeting hope, I suppose. But all the same, this is an incredible boon for us. Wilhelm tries to act like this is awesome, but he actually, you can tell that he gets a little sad at the idea. Like, for a fleeting moment, he had this idea that maybe he could bring a member of his dead family back, but...
Your dad wasn't mutated.
He kind of became an evil, headless spirit, and I don't know if that was to do with delirium or not, but...
True.
Hard to say, and I mean, with this information, I don't know if we want to risk the single scroll that we have to possibly bring to life a headless, evil...
It's always uncertain. You see, the longer a spirit has been away from the mortal plane, the more deeply it wanders into the Shadowlands, and then sometimes they find their place with the sacred flame, and sometimes they find it quite quickly. When it comes to bringing the dead back to life, there are some who, once they've left this world, they don't want to come back. You can't force someone to come back who don't want to. It's always got to be a willing thing. They feel the call, and not all of them listen to that call. So it helps to know what the wishes of the departed are.
Well, I will hold on to this scroll and will consider it a fail-safe for the time being.
We best be careful with it too, because in the wrong hands, who knows what this scroll can bring back.
Indeed.
The power to bring back someone who's been gone, it requires a diamond of pure quality, a very rare thing. That magic... No, you see, she points into the scroll. It's written into the scroll. Everything you need here is in the magic of the scroll itself.
We have a big diamond now.
You wouldn't even need to be... anyone could use this scroll with the way the magic is in it. You don't even need to be a priest of the sacred flame or a faithful. This scroll is quite powerful in that respect. But
Just
the ritual to use it does take an hour to perform.
Very well. A scroll like this couldn't be used on... No. I was thinking of Johann, Veo's father, but he's not dead. He's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will safeguard this scroll in case of emergency. And if any of us should die in our journeys, I would hope that you'd be willing to come back, as I assume I will be.
Yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, I'll
Tag
come
me
back.
in.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere.
I do have some other thoughts, though. I know that this is an excellent fail-safe, but could also be an excellent bargaining chip or used as leverage.
With who? We're not giving it back to the Illyrians. Your uncle bought it.
My uncle's dead. He's not going to need this.
I
I'm
think
sure
the
he would have
opportunity-
wanted to use it.
We'll see.
The opportunity, I think, will present itself.
I'm just saying that we should be open to those opportunities.
There's I can think of one person that had to die by my hand that I wish it didn't go down that way.
I was thinking similar thing, and if Illyria is causing problems for us, it might be a big move to promise them the life of the death that started this whole rivalry in the first place back.
Although with someone such as Theodore Marshall, there's always the opportunity that, the chance that it's been so long. He may have found the light quite
Wouldn't they
quickly.
have just done it themselves if they had this kind of magic?
That's something else that I'm considering, and that's why I'm merely suggesting it as an option, an idea. We don't know, we don't have enough information, but I just want that card in our hand, so to speak.
It is...
Celia's here.
It is not our way to... The Knights of the Silver Order give their lives honorably, knowing that it can be, and this blessing to bring someone back from the dead. Well, we all know that Paladins of the Sacred Flame have a very special relationship with their death. For we believe that should the Sacred Flame need them, they will rise of their own accord, so long as their earthly bodies are kept. And thus it is not usually our way to call them back on purpose. because they are the ones who know when they are needed back. They are the ones who decide that. Such is their connection to the flame, that so long as their bodies are kept for them, we believe that they can come back anytime they want. So there's no need to use such magic on Theodore Marshall. If he knew he was needed, he would be. And it might be that the time for him hasn't just come yet.
Very well. Well, before I start thinking about my aunt again, perhaps we should head on to our mission. And I'm going to go up to Elias, and I'm going to take Casper back from him, and I'm going to hand him the papers. And I'm going to be like, Elias, you've just been promoted to our treasurer. Please keep these safe with your life.
You know, technically, I'm supposed to be observing you in a duel as a judge.
It was also your suggestion to come down and check the vaults, so I don't know where your ideas lie with that, but we're just doing what you asked for the service of Drakenheim as a side mission on our quest. I'm merely asking you to hold some papers, and outside of the duel, your duty as Lieutenant Commander is to protect these.
Very well.
And Veo, now you get to watch Casper.
Yes. Come, I grab a tassel.
Casper walks beside you. Again, 2 tassels his feet. Casper as a carpet is only about is about a 4 foot by 4 foot carpet. So
oh my gosh,
yeah,
so small.
Yeah,
Little baby carpet.
My favorite. Well, so we've raided the treasure, and we know there's more that we need to come back for.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Rich, maybe just grab can I grab a few handfuls of gold?
Yeah, but it's not coins, it's gold bars.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We could grab a few just to
Yeah.
Are they heavy?
Each gold bar weighs a pound.
Oh.
Yeah.
I could probably take 5.
Okay.
5 pounds, not that much, right?
Yeah, I'll take 10.
Okay. Where are you guys gonna go next?
We should probably think about
Our diamonds.
what time is it? How much time has passed?
It's been several hours, so all your polymorph and flying magic is long gone. But it's definitely been at least 2 hours since you arrived in the castle.
Yeah, I think this was a fruitful diversion. However, the time grows short. We have to be in Liberian when midnight tomorrow.
You don't have to be in Liberia by midnight tomorrow. The duel is over, but the judging can be delayed as long as it needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then at least, but we have less than 24 hours. We're about 24 hours in the city. We still have to get whatever we get out of here, and I still don't feel confident that Big Linda will be our big prize.
Then let's go.
Yeah.
Let's take on the library and see if there's anything living there.
Okay. So you head back up to the second level, where to the main level here. Great. Okay. Very good. So got you over here. So actually, this would be the stair tower, and then the main landing leads out to the vestibule before the throne room from here. As you peer into the landing, you can see that collected within... so this room leads out to the throne room. So the throne room is up here, and then this is down to the chateaus where the ballrooms are. And then so you can see that this staircase Basically, this staircase goes up to the balcony level over the throne room, and then there's this hallway that leads into the lower level of the throne room. And then over on the opposite side here is the other entrance to the conservatory tower. And as you peer out, Wilhelm, you can see that a mass of mutated courtiers shamble in the midst of this opulent room. So so within the sort of the antechamber, this is a magnificent chamber. It rises 60 feet above, and the top is bordered by an arched windows, and that allow natural light in. And there's the broad marble stairs with pillared banisters that wrap around. And then there's each of the doorways into this chamber are filigreed with gold, that are etched with the design of House von Kessel, a dragon rampant. And then there are carpets, tapestries, and dozens of despoiled paintings all hanging along the walls.
Seeing the creatures in the room, I turn to Veo and Pluto, and I give the quiet, and I give hand gestures that somehow mean 6 enemies out there. We will get the drop on them.
What?
And I'm going to stealth forward. So if I'm not mistaken, this is like above most of them, right?
Yes.
I'm on a balcony. Yeah. So I'm going to sneak forward and try to like get into a position, get my crossbow ready, in hopes of, for maybe the first time in Drakenheim history, trying to get the drop on my enemies.
Well, with that, we will have you roll a stealth check.
That's going to be 33.
Well, in that case, roll for initiative with surprise, but unfortunately, we do not have the time to resolve this battle before we have to break for the night.
We'll leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, so we will start off next time. Sorry about the full episode. And no, I wasn't expecting you guys to go in the direction that you went tonight. But yeah, sorry for the no. I know, Jill, you were excited about battle, but I'm sorry.
Okay. Next week, it's okay.
I was even looking at the time. I'm like, so what if we go? I don't know. I was ready for battle too.
Yeah,
right.
But I think we'll need a little bit more time than what we have tonight to resolve this one. So we'll save it for next week.
Next week, we got a battle. We got a monster hunt. We're going for it. We got some new magic items. We have a flying carpet that loves flying. It's great. It's gonna fly us everywhere. No problem.
Yeah.
I would die for this carpet. It's so cute.
Casper's the new best NPC and will stay with us forever.
Yep.
Oh my god, he's gonna be such a liability. I'm so frustrated that he's made it into our
no.
demographic.
Pluto, we need to get Pluto surpassed his fears. Sebastian surpassed his fears. Veo surpassed her fears. Everybody can get over their fears. We're going to
train this
carpet.
Oh my god, it's not going to go.
It's going to have like a Rocky montage.
Yeah, we'll just montage it. Don't worry.
I imagine you're going to be trying to fly out of the castle, and it's going to like go over your face and be like, "I don't want to go."
We're going to don't worry. We're going to chalk it up to a montage. Monty won't throw any curveballs at us. It's going to be fine.
Yep.
Well, with that, a big thank you to our incredible cast, Jill, Kelly, and Joe, for playing tonight.
Big thank you to Kyle for all of the work he does behind the scenes, and also to our dungeon master, Dr. Monty Martin. Thank you so much. I know that we didn't see much battle tonight, but I think there were some really cool revelations. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to deal with ants and castles and emotions and all of that. So, great job.
Betrayals of friendship.
Betrayals.
River.
This campaign's hard.
yeah, thank you, Monty, for the lovely revelations. In our game tonight, we use a variety of incredible assets produced by talented artists. They have graciously given us permission to use them in our live stream games, and you can use them in your home games too. Please go out and support some of these amazing creators. Roll 20 with our virtual tabletop. The maps, I think, are from the Drakenheim book.
Yeah.
So if you are a supporter, you have a chance to add these into your own games, and a lot of the tokens are from the official token set, but also from the Drakenheim, the original Kickstarter. But go out and check out, and please continue the support.
First, don't forget to look at the links below for a Teespring store. You can find all of your favorite Dungeon Dudes t-shirts, including Yes, Troll Killer. You can find them at bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
Our videos and live streams are made possible because we have an amazing Patreon community. If you enjoy the work that we do here on Twitch, please check us out at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes. Follow the links in the description below to help support the channel and make it possible for us to keep doing these amazing live streams.
Also, if you do join our Patreon, you can come and join us on our Patreon exclusive Discord. We have an amazing community there that chats with us about all of the episodes of Drakenheim, the upcoming Kickstarter, all things Dungeon Dudes, and all things D&D, as well as also just some other fun chats about, you know, favorite TV shows, movies, concerts, all of that stuff. If you want to hang out with the Dungeon Dudes crew and an amazing community, join us there on Discord. If you have questions about the current Kickstarter, Sebastian Crow's Guide to Drakenheim, but are not able to join us on our Patreon and our Patreon exclusive Discord, you can also find the Drakenheim section on the Ghostfire Gaming Discord and ask us questions there. We try to be in there from time to time to answer questions about the current Kickstarter. So make sure to check us out there if you are not joining our Patreon.
And we got new videos coming to you on YouTube every other Tuesday and every Thursday. So check that out at youtube.com/Dungeon Dudes.
Be sure to join us live next Tuesday when we record the campaign live on Twitch. You can check us out from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube and check us out as an audio-only podcast as well, whatever you prefer.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time when we decide the fate of Drakenheim.